So a subscriber gave me two of these motors like this a little while ago. These things are really powerful, they're about 10 horsepower actually. Thanks Bruce.
Halfway through editing I saw this video of Mark Rober come up with this swing that looked a lot like what I was doing, so I was pretty excited, but he made a 360 swing with a jet on it that he didn't ride, and then he ended up making a EDF powered swing, just a miniature version of the cool one that Colin Furs made years ago. So let's get back to it and make what I want to make. I set up a propeller to print on my 3D printer. A propeller is way more efficient than an EDF and a lot cheaper. I've made this little test setup here to stand behind this huge tree so I'm protected if the propeller flies apart. I made myself a pretty cool little motor holder here with a 3D printer. And that will go on the back of my super high-tech piece of post frame with a lawnmower seat. Yeah, this looks like an aircraft to me. Okay, my frame is coming together. I'm using all aircraft grade fence posts, cut them with a precision chainsaw, which is actually surprisingly easy to do so safely with your arm in a sling if you don't video it. And now I'm just setting up the fly-by-wire control system. Check this out. Turns the propeller, pretty high tech. Got the battery on board now. Everything's wired. A little bit of dodgy connections here and there, but it'll be alright. I've got this massive on-off switch here. Don't want to switch it on yet. Now I've got to go plug it into the computer and configure it to this propeller. This big battery here is out of my big wheel electric bike, 72 volt. I'm running the motor with this VESC. I'll just quickly show you how you set it up. You go to generic motors, then you go to outrunner, medium size for this motor. It senses what your battery is, select direct drive, and then hit run detection, and it will figure out what sort of motor you have. This is basically a big RC motor, sensorless. The detection failed. I think it's because I've got the propeller on and it's loading it up and it doesn't know why. So I'll try it again with the propeller taken off. I took the prop off, now I'll put it back on and done the calibration. All good. So there's my contraption down there, and I want to try and get a rope up over that branch there. So I need to get someone to help me throw. We've got the rock in the sock, just getting attached to the fishing rod now. And Stephen's going to give that a whirl. Alright, attempt number one, I'm holding the fishing rod. Hiya! Oh, that was close. Doing, nah, he was going to go for the swing technique, but that's not going to work. So another chuck. Oh. Massive throw, but slightly wrong direction. So the other one we shot over, we couldn't get it back because that red line is super grippy and it was just getting stuck to the tree, so we had to pull it back. Woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning and run this big rope up because I was so excited to get it going. Wasn't worth filming in the dark. I've got these chains on here. These are rated for 100 kilos, so we should be, wait a minute, 25 kilo, 75 kilo, 20 kilo. These chains are rated for 250 kilos, so we should be good. What? This is an anchor rope. This is supposed to be able to hold tons of weight. I don't understand why that broke. Anyway, that was lucky it didn't happen mid-flight. Been to the hardware store and got some thicker rope. And we're attaching it to the other rope. I had to get Dad to help me get it down because it was stuck. And that white rope was actually rated to 1100 kilos, surprisingly. So pretty bad that it snapped. She's back hanging again. We've got the green rope, way thicker. We're just going to modify the airframe a bit here. got a problem now. The motor's jumping around, and I bet you it's because of these dodgy connectors I got going here. I might have to solder them. Whoa! Oh, that was good. Nice recovery. Whoa, stop, stop, stop!
What are we hitting?
Oh, the plug. It's just a plug for the USB. We need to tape it up. Don't.
This was a lot of fun, but really hard to control. So we ended up switching the wires and crossing them over to make the steering steer the correct way, which was way better.
There we go. My sister Rochelle having a go. Woohoo! You're good at it, Rochelle. Yeah, you can't go too much further or you hit the tree.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, am I
If you're careful with the steering, you can actually use it to slow down, but it's quite difficult. Right. Turn the other way, you can stop it. Turn the other way. Faster.
I feel like I'm going to get thrown. Wow.
You can go the other way to slow down, Scott. You look sick. How many hours do you reckon you spent on this?
Not very many.
Not many?
No, we just got to go yesterday.
Oh, really? I left this propeller printing all night. I've seen these RC guys make little plain wings on their edge, so I tried that, but it's lifted up. Hopefully they still work. I printed the center hub in black. This is just a big drone propeller that I've scaled up, and I just modified it a bit so it could fit on my printer. And I'm just going to super glue these in. It's sort of a dovetail, so hopefully they don't fly apart. It's a bit of a safety lesson here, not trying to be a safety sissy, but when you are printing your own propellers, make sure you have the layer lines going this way across, and I printed the walls reasonably thick so they don't fly apart. If you print it, say, vertically and the lines are this way, It'll separate the lines, and make sure you use something quite strong like a PLA plus, PLA or PTEG or something like that. Don't go for those carbon fiber PLAs or anything like that, because they're just a bit of a con. The little tiny layers, the little tiny bits of fiber can lay sideways and make your adhesion worse. There's a guy that's done a whole bunch of testing, CNC Kitchen and stuff like that. Have a look at them. I've done a whole lot of sanding trying to fix this thing. I've glued it and melted it together, so let's see if this one works any better. There's the size comparison there. Not too much longer, but yeah, it's a lot bigger overall. Look at that thing. I think it's just going to overheat the VESC. It's already getting pretty hot. Definitely a lot more thrust. That VESC is getting pretty hot, but it's not too bad. Yeah, a lot more thrust with that. Very cool, and a bit more responsive to fly as well. But it's a little bit hard for the motor to start it. Oh! It went over to those boats over there. Did it? Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, it disconnected its power, which is good.
Whoa. Is it going down?
I think it's just you're a bit heavier than me. And also...
I've been pulling, the weight would have come down. Eh?
Yeah. Let's see where the piece went. Here it is. That's how far it went. Lucky that it didn't hit me. So obviously the prop hit the ground, that's why we had that issue. Stephen's a little bit heavier than me, and it disintegrated. But I'm actually going to reprint it all and keep flying it because it's so much fun and everyone that comes around has a go on it and it's great. But I'll just run the smaller propeller. Even though this big one's better, it's a bit safer with the little one on there. What's next for this thing? What if you could fly it without the rope? This is how you make it better, you get rid of the rope. Oh yeah!
Mount one propeller on the back.
Another propeller on the front. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.